What we know is that with a habitual practice of gratitude, that their research has shown that there are benefits ranging from reduction of burnout, reduction of inflammation, fatigue, and depression, and increasing things like our happiness, our resilience, our whole physical well-being, and our satisfaction with life in general. And with all of those benefits, it truly is in our best interest to find ways to get in a habitual practice of gratitude. However, the reality is that is a whole lot easier said than done, and it is truly a practice. It takes time and intention of bringing our brains back to this moment, which luckily we've been practicing with mindfulness regularly in this community, and finding those little things, even if they're the tiny, minute moments that we are grateful for, something that is to our benefit or that we are pleased about. And that is not dismissing the reality of the situation. It is not looking at the world through rose-colored glasses and that toxic positivity, but it really is just observing and holding both the challenging aspects and the little bits of gratitude or lessons learned in those moments of struggle. So we're going to practice that today. As if you joined us for our experience on resiliency, this is similar to that holding the discomfort a little bit. We are going to practice holding a bit of that discomfort and finding tiny granules of gratitude in that, because as we practice that more, that becomes a little easier for our brains and those neural pathways to connect to those things and hold both of those truths at once. So that's sort of our background today. As always, at the end, we'll take observations. If you would like to chime in and notice what you observe, what thoughts, judgments, anything that popped up for you. I will say that when you're thinking, I'm going to ask you to think of a challenging situation. It is best when we're practicing not to think of something that is too acutely painful or too immediate to your situation, because that makes it a little more challenging to think of those bits of gratitude. So maybe something that it was painful or sort of in between for you now, because this is a practice. So just wanted to give that disclaimer as well. So I invite you to get comfortable in your seat, whatever that means for you. A posture of awareness is best, something where you're sitting up tall so that you can really get those big, deep inhales into your diaphragm, your belly, and release that air through your exhale. Also, it helps bring us to this moment. If it feels right for you, you are welcome and invited to close your eyes. Find yourself sleepy this morning, or if closing your eyes does not feel safe, I just encourage you to find a space to fix your gaze that is not too distracting, and that is not going to aid our brain in that process of pulling away, because it already does that naturally. We don't need to give it any help in doing that. If you find your brain wandering, which they are built to do, just gently and as non-judgmentally as possible, invite it back to this moment, invite it back to this practice, the sound of my voice. If for whatever reason this particular practice does not fit you today, no problemo. Just focus on those inhales and exhales and gift yourself that moment of pause. So here we go. Get settled in. Take that big, deep inhale down into your belly. And as you exhale, gradually allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears. Inhale again, filling your belly or your chest cavity with air. And as you exhale, try to relax the muscles in your jaw and in your neck. And our third deep inhale. And then as you exhale, release the muscles in your forehead, your eyebrows, those tiny little muscles around your eyes. See if you can let them go and relax just a little bit further. Take as many of these deep inhales and exhales as you need to get your body and your brain to this moment. And then when you're ready, return to that normal pattern of breathing, whatever feels natural to you, while also trying to remain relaxed. So let's bring to mind something for which we are ungrateful. This could be a situation, a project, a relationship, a financial situation, a disagreement, something which would normally cause us to feel anger, maybe some distress, resentment, or maybe even frustration. If the thing we have brought to mind is still acutely painful or feels overwhelming to you in this moment or to us in this moment, you can think of something that is a little less intense or a little less recent for you, knowing that we can tackle that other thing another day. Just hold that situation or circumstance in your mind for a moment. Notice how you feel, where it exists in your body. Notice your body changing in reaction to this thing. And just take a moment to observe. Once we have brought to mind the thing we're ungrateful for, let's begin to shift that focus to as many things as possible that we can be grateful for related to it. So things that are hidden lessons or silver linings. This could be that working on that project helped us advocate for ourselves, or the situation we are going through has helped bring our values back to the forefront of our awareness. Sit in the presence of the aspects you're grateful for without casting away the reality of the circumstance as a whole. This can feel a little uncomfortable holding these two truths at the same time. Allow yourself to feel a little bit of that discomfort. The key here is to develop an increased awareness of the lessons learned in the same space as the challenging circumstance. And this can help us develop gratitude even within our moments of difficulty. As we are in this space, we are actively and mindfully strengthening our gratitude muscle. And this will become increasingly easier over time until we naturally look at challenges with fresh perspectives and in the right time for us, and begin to find those hidden opportunities within a challenge. Take one more moment to examine those aspects that you are grateful for with this ungrateful circumstance. And then take a big inhale. And on the exhale, let it all go. Release the circumstance from your mind. Return your focus back on your breath. So take those big, deep inhales into your belly. A longer exhale out. Take one more like that. Deep inhale. Draw out that exhale. Start to become aware of your surroundings, the chair you're sitting in, maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. When you're ready, you can open your eyes or welcome back to this space.